Most people are working from home now. So a lot of people are setting up their home offices, buying new laptops, new computers, new dual monitors, and you need a new mouse, probably, right? That's why this video is perfect for a time like this, because with me, I have 4 of the nicest mice in the game. So this will help you complement your little office suite you got set up over there. Welcome back to the show. This is Jideani Says, and today I have 4 of the most beautiful, nicest mice on the planet. So we'll take a look at them. Let's just kind of run through it. Don't waste any time. We'll start off with the HP Z3700. For the sake of this video, we're just gonna call this one the HP mouse. Then we have the Kensington Orbit ball, Kensington Slimblade, and the Logitech MX Master. My goodness, these mice and these names is crazy. But all right, so something I want you guys to keep an eye on is just the impressions these mice make, because I mean, this is not your grandfather's mouse, or even if there were mice back when grandpas. So you have 4 mice, each with their own characteristics and each with their own style. It was hard figuring out which one was the best looking one, and then we'll kind of talk about some features and some specs just a little bit. But I want to get an idea on which one is the nicest one. We'll start off with HP mouse. And I see what HP was going for here. HP makes ink cartridges, so it's not ironic, or it's not that ironic, that this one is themed the oil textured design, or oil painting. It's something like that HP coined this design. But the thing about this one is it's very minimalistic, simple. Of course, it's your standard mouse. It's actually kind of small, but this right here, you can't take this anywhere and it doesn't stand out. It has a certain creativity, artistic feel to it. So you may be looking at this and this may be something that catches your eye. We'll come back and we'll talk about features, but I want you to take note, this is the HP mouse. The next is the Kensington Orbit ball. Maybe we call this the Kensington OB. This one comes with a wrist or a palm rest, and at first I thought it was a little bit gimmicky, but no, this plays a huge role by providing some type of feel and alleviates pain from your wrist because you have something to lay onto. But we'll get into that. So let's move this, and I want you guys to take a look at this one. Look at that. This is the Kensington Orbit ball. It has a more flat base, and then it sits up. It has this heel sit up, and some of these other mice are like that as well. But of course, as the name suggests, it uses an orbit ball or a trackball for your mouse motion and your mouse movement. Moving on to the Kensington Slimblade. As the name suggests, it has this nice gray gradient with the metal ring at the top, and it's just the thing. It has a very regal, pristine feel to it. It's almost like you would think it's a $300 mouse. I mean, it is the most expensive one out of the 4, but it feels like it. It's well built. It flushes very well, and it just kind of inclines from the top to the bottom, so it gives you that nice fit for you to rest your hands on. And this also uses a trackball. The only difference between this one and the Kensington Orbit ball is this Slimblade, the ball actually comes out. Yeah, like this ball has a really nice feel to it. It feels like a pool ball, and it's this nice burgundy. It has a bit of a crystal matrix flush to it. I mean, if you look deep into it, it almost feels like you're looking deep into a galaxy far, far away. This is the Logitech MX Master. So the thing I like about this one is it has these crystal prisms that's cut inside here. It probably has the best ergonomic feel, just the way it's cut, so you'll thumb has a good comfortable slot to rest on with this mouse. And then of course, it's the most customizable mouse out of the 4. There are 7 customizable buttons. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 actually. It depends on which one, if you count the scroll wheels. But there are 8 customizable buttons. We'll talk about that later, but I just want to kind of throw that out there. But so I want to flip this so you guys can see this. It has this brushed bronze gold polish. It's a finish that's consistent throughout the entirety of the mouse, at least from the base of it. And then the top is just this jet black. Even the bottom of this thing looks dope. Look at Logitech knew what they would do. Even the bottom of this is well designed. You see, once again, I swear this has, I don't know whether this is olive gold or there's some type of paint job that they use that if you shift it in different lights, you see like a hue of purple. But then most of the time you see this olive gold color paint job. It's nice. I mean, Logitech really thought about what they were doing here. But well, this is what the bottom of this one looks like. So there's your 4. I know at this point you probably have an idea of which one you're leaning on, you think is the nicest. But now let's just talk about features and what these bring to the table. So 2 of these are wired, 2 of these are wireless. One uses optical technology, the other one uses laser. One uses 1 battery, the other one uses a built-in rechargeable battery. Then of course these 2 you never have to worry about battery life because they're both wired. So the downfall for that for a lot of you all is you hate wires. So that's probably the only thing you have to consider here. Some people who don't care about wires, these may be a good fit for you. But let's talk about what kind of differentiates all of these mice. So we'll start with the HP mouse. It's much smaller, very simple, as I talked about. There are no customizable buttons. You get your traditional 2 buttons, left and right, your scroll mouse. The scroll wheel, of course, you can push it in, and that's pretty much it. It's just really more so straight for the design. So if you like that whole oil ink texture design, then this will be the one for you. Really nice, accurate. Probably the biggest feature I can say about this mouse is you get 1 battery that powers this thing. It's a typical AA battery, and it can go for 16 months. 16 months. That's a year and 4 months. That's how often you gotta replace this battery. So you don't have to deal with wires, you don't have to deal with always replacing something. So that's the biggest feature with this one, outside of the design. Then this Kensington Orbit ball. The thing I love about this one though is this scroll wheel here. This is my thing right here. It's ingenious how Kensington thought of this because your index finger rests on the scroll wheel. So when you're browsing websites, you can just scroll this wheel from left to right and you can scroll through your browsers. That's an ingenious way to do it. Now, this does come with a customizable software as well, just as well as this Kensington Slimblade. Kensington makes sure that they have 1 software that powers all of their mouse. So that's good. I like how they create an ecosystem for that. But you can only customize what these 2 buttons do, and even there you're pretty much limited. Outside of that, the only bonus that this gets, besides this scroll wheel, would be the wrist rest. So you sit it down, and you have that a good solid, relaxation, comfort, sweet spot. So you got to keep that one in mind. Moving on to the Kensington Slimblade. Now this one has the best feeling out of all of the other mouses. It feels very premium. It feels like a $300 mouse. It feels like something you buy and just sit in your office and pretend to be somebody important. You just sit there and just be like, that's the thing about it. Now, once again, I talked about this ball being able to come out. The thing about these 2 trackballs, if you're not a trackball person, you're one of those people you just want to plug and play, then the traditional mouses might go for you. That might be your thing. But if you're one of those people, you have invested time to learn and get used to something like a mouse with a trackball. I don't know, maybe you do design work, and there are some people who have said that once you get used to these, they can be more accurate than the traditional laser wireless mouses. I'm not sure about that, but those would be the drawback for me, is I can't quite get used to being precision and accurate moving this around and having this be a substitute or an extension of the mouse. It's not there for me. But the good thing about this one is this has 4 buttons that can be customized. They can be shortcuts to launch applications, media function buttons. All of that is with this one. So this is fully customizable as well. That's the Kensington Slimblade. The Logitech MX Master. Logitech always seems to know what they're doing with these mices. I mean, so like I said, this comes with a customizable software, and their user interface is way better than anything on the market. It's easy, it's intuitive. It's easy to map these buttons to whatever you want. I mean, I was able to map this middle center button to be able to hide the window and show the window. Oh, I'm doing it now. I forgot I have it connected to my laptop that's over there. But the design is unmatched. This is the nicest looking mouse on the market. The prism design, the gold brush color paint, and then of course you have certain things like these light indicators. All of these are functionalities that I feel like the other mices is really just don't match. Just for the simple fact you can customize up to 8 buttons. The design, now the battery, which is probably what I would consider a downfall. Maybe not for you, but I don't like that this is a rechargeable battery. It's not like the HP mouse where you throw in a AA battery and then you go for it. The rechargeable battery in here will probably give you maybe about a month or 40 days. I think it's something like that. Probably got to double check that, but I'll have it in the description. But I think it gives you 40 days of full battery charge. The indicators here tells you where you are, but when it's time to charge it, that's my issue. It's not even about that I get a month. My issue is you have to use a cord to charge this. So in a way, it's not fully wireless. It is until it's time to charge it. But here's the bigger issue. The cord you have to charge it with is a micro USB. Why didn't they just go with the ubiquitous USB Type-C? That cord is everywhere now. You use it to hook up every mobile device and mobile electronic device made in 2020, even made in 2019. So you have to have that USB, that micro USB cord to charge this thing. That's another cord you have to carry. So I'm not a big fan of that. But more features, if you look in the bottom of this, you can connect up to 3 Bluetooth devices. And once you do, each time you pick the mouse up, it'll indicate which connection, which Bluetooth device it's currently utilized in the moment. So it's things like this that I feel like make this Logitech MX Master stand out the rest of them. But those are just functionality. We're focused on looks for these mice, and I'll go with this one. I think that's obvious. I gotta stop. Let me cut this thing off because I forgot I'm hooked up over there. But this one wins it. I like the gold brush bronze look. I like for the simple fact that it has probably the best feel. Maybe it's between this one and a Kensington Orbit ball. Just for the simple fact you get this wrist support. But this has to be the nicest looking mouse on the planet. So that's the scoop. So you go out and get you one and use it to decorate your little office that you got set up now just so you can work. I had to get this in front of y'all so you can make sure that you style up your office. Let me know what you guys think. I will have all 4 of these mice. I think that's how when you're talking about more than one mouse, you call it mice. It just sounds so weird. I want to say mouses, but I know that's not right. It can't be. So I will have all of these and a description of them and the link where you can pick them up. This one is the most expensive. Then is the MX Master. This one can run you probably from between 60 to 80 bucks. And then the Kensington Orbit ball can run you anywhere between 50 to 60 bucks. Then, of course, is the HP mouse. This one is really affordable. So if you want something simple, something that you can plug in and play, this one will run you probably about $16, $17. Yeah, you can't quite beat that. Let me know which one you guys feel like is the nicest mouse on the market, especially considering this for. But that's it for this one. See you guys on the next one.